Hi everyone, just a very quick video. I made a tag for the UK and Ireland Craftsworks group Valentine tag challenge, which Yvonne White is hosting. That's YWhite22 on YouTube. And the idea is that we make a Valentine themed tag, any colour we like, and it had to have a stick pin, some lace and 3 hearts. At least 3 hearts I should say, because I've got 4 on mine, but it is at least 3. And this is what I did. I had a plain piece of bright pink card, which I've embossed. I have got a thing to go on the back of this, and most of this will be hidden. But I embossed it with this pattern, which I can't remember which embossing folder it was. I then aged the card up with some red ink, some gold ink and some vintage photo. So that pink turns into this colour. I added some seafoam white embossing powder and I put that onto the card and heat set it, and I also embossed some red card, cut out these hearts and again used embossing powder and heat set that as well on here. And it's almost like a sugar coating that is made on it. It's quite sweet. Pun, I know. I distressed all the edge of these hearts with my scissors just to make it rough. It's actually made the edge quite soft. Sorry about that, it's just not my camera. I added some flowers at the bottom here. These are just out of my stash, no particular make. I made 3 stick pins, which these are already in my stash as well, because I'd already made those some time ago. I added a flourish to this before I had added the hearts, and a few more flowers at the top here too. Some organza style pale, very pale pink ribbon, and another heart at the top, which is just covering where the hole is for the ribbon to go through. And that's my entry into the challenge. I can't actually win anything because I'm on admin on that group, but I can still take part, so that's what I made. And I had some time to myself. Well, I was chatting with friends actually, but didn't want to get into anything too heavy, so I thought I'd make another one, not necessarily for that challenge obviously, but this is just some old cardboard I had left, which I aged up with some ink, and there's a tiny bit of, you can see there's a tiny amount of stickles on there. I then covered it in this paper, which is from a GCD collection, I think it's the Lydia collection, and then on top of that I put a flowery paper which was also from that collection, but you can't see much of it. I then covered some hearts with cardboard, or other way around, covered some cardboard hearts with some of the paper from the collections, and stuck this on top. Some of these are paper, some are card. This paper was from a Victoria and Albert Museum stack. This is, like I said, the GCD stack Lydia, and I believe this one is from a new one I've got from Kaiser Crafts, but we'll have to look that up. I added this just for you. It was grey. I've edged it in blue and smudged a bit of blue on it to distress it and make it fit in a little bit better. This little bird, I also rubbed a tiny amount of blue on top of that, just so it blended in better, and that was from Debbie Hemsworth. Thank you, Debs. All 4 of these flowers were made for me by Gina. She knows I like blue, and she sent me some blue flowers, and I thought I'd use them on this. The leaves were from Miss Aniona. The stick pin I made when I first started crafting last year. So that's the actual tag. It's quite big. A little bit of lace added to the end, and the back is just distressed with the blue ink. And that is that one. And the next one I haven't quite finished because I haven't made my mind up what I'm going to do. But Emily2808881 sent me some serviettes, and this is one of the images on the serviettes. I thought, right, I'll have a go at making a tag with it, but I didn't want to leave it as bright as this, although I really love it. So I was messing around, and I put some gesso on it first. I glossy accented some of the parts, like these swirls that are going on in here. This one here, these here. I glossy accented all of those. I then covered it with some white ink, just some cheapy ink, waited for that to dry. And I covered the whole thing with a crackle glaze, which didn't really work, but nevertheless I do like the effect that's on there. It's not so much crackled, but there are some definite distress marks there that has been caused by that. This is all stuck onto a piece of cream card, by the way. I then added, where the swirls are on here, which is supposed to be chain, I think. It looks like chain anyway. I added some real chain onto here, so that's metal. I put a padded leaf up here, various flowers from my stash, and some bead trim which I intertwined around the flowers. And I did the same sort of thing down this end, using two different bead trims. This one's sort of very pale gold, and this one's a cream. But again, these are all flowers out of my stash that have been sent to me over the course of the last year, and two stick pins that I made, and they were also in my stash. And I bought these online from Carl's Craft, I think, on Facebook. So that's what I've done with it so far. It is meant to look like it's in the distance and a bit smoky and a bit cloudy, because Paris isn't always bright and sunny, but that's the difference between the two images. So thanks, Ems, for the images, and that's what I've done so far. I've got more to do, and I'll show those when I get them. But first off, if you go off to the UK Nylon Craft Swap group, you can take part in this. Once you've joined the page, you can take part in the challenges and a nice little prize at the end of this. I think it's being drawn on the 10th, so you've got until then to put your entry in. This is for fun, and this Ems is what I've done so far to what you gave me. Catch you all later. Bye bye.